Yep, it's that time again. Time for another edition of The Mail. That's right, time for The Mail. This edition of The Mail, I'm going to do two this time. I'm going to get through them quick, I promise. But I know the top one doesn't have a lot in it because I actually spoke to Laz. Now, Laz is a VC member. If you don't know who Lazarus is on the VC, then you probably haven't been in the VC long because he is a staple in the vinyl community. He's one of the original guys who started the vinyl community way back when. I'm going to say at least 10 years ago. And he is still doing stuff today. Not as active as he used to be back in the day, but still doing videos. He actually takes part in the Man Cave of Doom every once in a while with Brother Greeno and those guys. Yeah. So he sent me this and said it's just a little something. So I don't know what a little something means, but regardless, happy birthday to me. I'm going to try and not show his address here as I cut this thing with my knife. There we go. All right, let's see what we got here. So a little something he said I knew I would enjoy. There's a little note says here are a couple items I came across that I knew I had to grab for you. That's so very cool. So, yeah. See, he knows that I've just been. This is my favorite band, or one of my favorite bands, but definitely in the top of my favorite bands, if not number one, since I was a kid, literally in grade school. Aerosmith. This is a guitar magazine. Aerosmith right on the cover, and yeah, very cool. Thanks, Laz. I love stuff like this. Very cool. Watch me get emotional over a magazine. And then there is a DVD that I have not heard or seen. This is Steven Tyler, Out on a Limb. So looking forward to checking this out. I'm assuming this is a kind of a documentary thing, but we'll check it out. I didn't know anything about this, so. And then finally, one more thing. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. That's so cool. Aerosmith Toys in the Attic in a long box. It's still sealed in the long box. Isn't that cool? It's fun. Oddly enough, long boxes are kind of making a little bit of a comeback, and people are collecting them again. I just worked on a couple. One for Retroactive Records. They did Deliverance, Weapons of Warfare, which I may have right here. Yeah, I do. Here's the long box. And then I did one for Girder Music for Bride. They did their Snakes in the Playground album, and they did a long box. And man, if you didn't order that Snakes in the Playground, that's probably one. That album is fantastic. Go to girdermusic.com. You won't be disappointed if you get yourself a copy of that. I do know it's one of their best-selling. One of the best-selling pre-release albums ever. So I don't doubt that they will sell out. So if you're interested, like I said, girdermusic.com. They did Kinetic Faith on vinyl and CD, Snakes in the Playground, but they also did Snakes in the Playground in a long box. And it comes with 2 collector's cards as well. Okay, enough of that. Thank you, Laz. I'll put a link below to Lazarus' channel. Like I said, he is the one of the earliest members of the VC, so don't miss him. This next guy you've seen me talk about before. He's one of my very good friends. This is Kevin Colehouse, or the Metal Wargod, and we trade back and forth all the time. As a matter of fact, this just came in the mail, and I literally just yesterday sent out a package to him. So, but this is a pretty big box. This is bigger than usual for him. So I'm looking forward to checking out what's in here. I may know a thing or two because we tend to go back and forth if we're in a store and we see something we think the other knows, or if we come across an extra copy. Hey, dude, you need this, you need this, you need this. We do it all the time, and so that may be some of that stuff in here. But he actually did say that he put a couple surprises in here. So let's see what's in here. All right, first up, Butworth. There's some CDs right on top. I'm going to show you those first. Snatch Back, Back in the Game EP. Not one I know. That's an interesting name of a band, though. Snatch Back. So if anybody knows about that, let me know. This is in Invicta, yeah, Invicta. And he's a huge fan of, first of all, 70s rock. He's a huge fan of heavy metal, classic heavy metal, power metal. He just knows underground, especially a lot of the newer bands, like crazy. He does a show called the Metal Wargod Radio, or Wargod Radio, something like that. And he does, I'll try to remember to put a link to that below too. And he interviews tons of new bands. So, and this is cool. This is a collector's box for Hammerfall. It's a tin, collector's tin for Hammerfall, for Chapter 5, Unbent, Unbowed, Unbroken. Alright, now there's vinyl. Vinyl, that's what y'all came here to see, right? The vinyl. Alright, so what do we got here? Alright, this is one I don't know, but I'm looking forward to checking out, and I have a feeling this is Leslie West. Leslie's Motel. Dirty Sheets. Recorded in 1982, but unreleased at the time. Album by this band from Louisville, Kentucky, featuring blues project drummer Roy Blumfield. Explosive, bluesy hard rock similar to early Allman Brothers and 10 years after. Powerful vocals, stunning guitar and organ, and top-level musicianship. So maybe it's not Leslie West, it's just the name of the band, Leslie's Motel. So very cool. I don't know this band, but like I said, he's a huge fan of 70s stuff. Really digs a lot of that underground stuff that not a lot of people aren't familiar with, including obviously myself, because I didn't have any clue what this was. This is obviously a recent release, but very cool nonetheless. Again, this is one I don't know, but looks to be another. Oh, looks like it's a radio promo copy of Stone the Crows. WAN is the radio station, because they got their. A lot of those radio promos, they would write their names on them. That's what you got going on here. But this is from 1972. Looking at the names of the band members here, seeing if there's anybody I recognize right off the bat. Not necessarily. So anyhow, I'm going to assume this is just going to be 70s style hard rock. Because, like I said, he's a huge fan of stuff and knows so many underground bands that I just don't know. So Stone the Crow, Colin Allen, Maggie Bell, Rodney Leakey, Jimmy McCulloch, Steve Thompson, and Leslie Harvey. If anybody, any of you guys watching, knows anything about any of these bands that I don't, fill me in. Alright, next two are are awesome. Just one I missed out on getting when it first came out. I got it on CD, I missed out on the vinyl, and he managed to hook me up and find a copy of the new Armored Saint 180 gram black vinyl of Punching the Sky. And if you watched my top 30 of 2020, this was on my list of fantastic releases for that year. I'm just a huge fan of Armored Saint to begin with, but yeah, that is a stellar album. So thank you so much, Kevin, for grabbing that one for me. And then this is just one I didn't have. They've released a bunch of live albums all at one time, or all around the same time. And I have several of them, but I just missed out on this one. But this is live at the Rock of Ages Festival, July 30th, 2016. Blue Oyster Colt. And it is a gatefold double album. This Ain't the Summer of Love, Golden Age of Leather, Burning for You, OD'd on Life Itself, Harvest Moon, Me, Bucks Boogie, Lips in the Hills, Then Came the Last Days, Godzilla, and Don't Fear the Reaper. That's your track listing. So there you go. That's my package from the Metal Wargod. And check out his channel. Check out Lazarus. And like I said, I'll try links to both below. And that's it. Appreciate you all watching. God bless. Stay strong.